By adding a piece of wire to the brim, you can achieve this curved look. This simple technique can be used for many different styles of hats and does not require any special tools. I made this visor in very basic style, but you can easily change up the design and use any soft fabric in the same way to create your unique hat. In order to simplify the process, I copied the brim from my favorite cap. This is a good starting point if you want to design your own shape. Tape along the edge of the brim all the way around first, then fill the space with white masking tape. Carefully peel off the tape without skewing the shape. If this happens, calmly put it back and add more tapes for extra security. Place the tape on the paper to make the pattern. Don't forget to mark the center. This is called the pattern notcher, and this must be one of my favorite tools to use. It's just fun to notch the patterns. This is what I'm using for the core of the brim. It's curled from the way it was stored. I'm going to place the brim pattern so that this curled area is working for me, not against. This is millinery wire. It's covered with fabric for hat making. I use button thread a lot for hat making. It's thicker and stronger than a regular hand stitching thread. Attach the wire on the underside of the brim. To cover the upper side of the brim, cut the fabric about 1 inch bigger than the pattern. On the right side, take a tiny stitch. Then on the wrong side, stitch about 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch away from the first stitch. When you are done stitching, you can barely see the stitches from the right side. Now I'm going to trim the seam allowance. I cut off tiny triangles from the seam allowance to reduce bulk. Now I need to cover the underside of the brim. This time I measured 1/4 inch seam allowance. But for this inner curve, 1/2 inch seam allowance. Let's match the center marks. Fabric glue is great to make them stay in place. But if you don't have it on hand, or your old glue is completely dry like mine, you can baste the pieces together using thread. Fold in the edges and stitch by hand. Now the brim is shaped nicely and I want to keep this shape. So I want to top stitch these lines with this side on top. I'm going to put this top stitching thread on the bobbin. I have top stitching thread on the bobbin and regular thread on the needle. Now I can take out these basting stitches. Iron on the fusible interfacing to the wrong side of band fabric. To make more comfortable fit, I added the elastic casing in the back. You can replace this feature with Velcro tapes or ribbon ties. I basted just outside of the brim core, so I can easily see where its edge is. Then I clipped in the seam allowance. On the band, leave 10 inches unstitched in the middle so the brim can be slipped into it later. On the other end of the band, fold the seam allowances in the same way, then slip the other end of the elastic casing into this. Match the center marks of the brim and the band. This is optional, but I also did the top stitching on the band. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this video, please leave a like or a comment. Happy sewing!